Who is America's top ally in West Asia? At number one is Israel, as evident from their support for the war. But Saudi Arabia is a close number two, because the kingdom is a package. You get the Arab world, you get the Muslim world, and you get a whole lot of oil. But looks like Joe Biden is looking to diversify. This week, he hosted the president of the UAE at the White House, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, aka MBZ. He's the first UAE president to visit the White House, and Biden was all praise.
UAE is a nation of trailblazers, always looking to the future, always making big bets. And there's something our countries have in common and our people have in common.
I would like to reaffirm that the United Arab Emirates has a firm and unwavering commitment to work with the United States of America for the sake of deepening the strategic partnership between our two nations.
Joe Biden also made an announcement. He designated the UAE as a major defense partner. Now, this is a rare move. Only one other country has been given this tag, and that is India. But what does it mean? Basically, more defense cooperation, things like your joint military exercises, more defense deals, and sharing of crucial technology. Now, the simple question is why? Why has Biden done this now? Like I said, maybe to diversify. Saudi Arabia has long been America's trusted ally in West Asia. The UAE has also been an ally, but Riyadh had a special place in US policy. Under Joe Biden, that has changed. While campaigning for his presidency, he promised to turn Riyadh into a pariah. He toned down that rhetoric as president, but the relationship remains frozen. In fact, Riyadh has moved closer to China. They're welcoming Chinese technology to diversify their economy. And don't forget the human rights. The US has mostly ignored these concerns, but it becomes a bit tough when critics are killed and chopped up in embassies. Which brings us to the UAE. They've been a lot easier to deal with. Let's look at three instances. Number one, China. Beijing was reportedly investing in the Abu Dhabi port. They were also involved in the UAE's 5G setup. The US complained about these deals, so Abu Dhabi cancelled them. Instead, American companies are now investing. Microsoft is pumping $1.5 billion into the UAE's AI infrastructure. That's one example. Number two is Israel. The UAE signed the Abraham Accords in 2020. They've normalized relations with Israel. But Saudi Arabia is yet to do that. And finally, number three, oil. You may remember the inflation crisis in 2022 and 2023. Joe Biden pleaded with Saudi Arabia to increase oil output, to reduce the oil prices. He even flew down to Riyadh and met the Saudi crown prince. But the kingdom refused. Again, guess who did not? The UAE. They increased their output by 200,000 barrels per day. Even culturally, the UAE is more flexible. Their cities are largely cosmopolitan, and they're more welcoming to minorities, certainly better than Saudi Arabia or Qatar. Is that why Biden is wooing them? Well, it's certainly possible. The UAE already hosts a US military base. Around 3,500 American soldiers are stationed there, so it's a great location to keep tabs on West Asia. But what's in it for the UAE? Well, Abu Dhabi has its own rivalry with Riyadh. It's a sort of an intra-Arab rivalry. Some of it dates back to border issues and dynastic politics, but the major ones are recent, like who will dominate the oil market, who will get more foreign investment, and who will leave the Arab world. It's a bit like a prestige battle. We saw that in Yemen. Saudi Arabia and the UAE had deployed troops together, but in 2019, the UAE pulled out. Reports say the Saudi crown prince was not happy about this. He apparently accused MBZ of backstabbing him. So the rivalry is very much there. It's just not open hostility. And that's where the US comes in. America has modern technology and cutting-edge weapons. The UAE needs those to challenge Riyadh. We're talking things like 5G and AI. Saudi Arabia is getting them from China, so the UAE is getting them from the US. We could be looking at a major realignment in West Asia. Let's see how it unfolds.